You are listening to Behind the DJ. I'm Stephanie Anderson, the Internship and Employment Coordinator here at Lakeland College. Today, we have DJ Tardysauce with us. Aaron Tardy, you are DJ Tardysauce.
That's true.
And so we are in for a treat. We're going to hear a story about determination, finishing what you start, resilience. There's a lot that you have to share. And your story's special. And I just invite you, Aaron, to let our listeners know let our listeners know whatever you want them to know about your story. You have a story that can inspire a lot of people. What you probably don't know is that Aaron is a non-traditional broadcasting student. He is right on the verge of graduating at this spring at 34 years old. And not just that, he has a special tie to Lakeland College, because not only is he a student, but he is a Lakeland College beloved employee. Aaron grew up, you grew up facing challenges with disability at birth, and you lost both parents as well by the time you were 16 years old. So after graduating high school, you started back in 2011, and now, more than a decade later, you're finishing that broadcasting degree. So, wow. Thank you for joining us. And did I miss anything? What else do you want to add to that?
No, I just want to first off say thank you for having me. Thank you for your time today.
Yeah.
This is a vulnerable topic for me. I don't share it a whole lot, especially like in a public setting, but I think I'm ready to kind of share a little bit more about it. So, yep, you've touched on basically everything, the key points. I'm probably going to go into a little bit more detail on some things.
Yeah.
Depending on how comfortable I am with it, but
absolutely.
Now I'm ready for your questions. I know I'm usually the one giving the interview and asking the questions.
Yes.
Now I'm on the other side of it, behind the DJ. So it's just something fun and exciting that I'm looking for, people to, get to know me a little bit more about.
Absolutely. And I know there's someone listening who's going to be inspired by your words today. So every great story has a beginning. So let's hear about yours. What drew you to broadcast communication in the first place?
Well, it drew me to broadcast communications in the first place. I remember in my earliest age, I had a hand crank radio that I believe my auntie got me. I believe she got that for me. And you just cranked it. It was like as a handheld, you cranked it. And I remember always wondering what FM and AM stood for.
Yes.
So that was like really the first start. And then growing up in church, I've always seen the mixing boards for the choir and seen people operate that. And I always saw the knobs and wondered what those were. So that was basically my first start as a kid, and then as I got older, I got more into technology, because technology is always evolving. It's part of our lives daily now, so that was another thing that kind of drew me to broadcasting. And then, as well as when I was in high school, I got to be around the football team and film, do camera work for the football team, and then also being in the press boxes, seeing opposing teams, and then people from our team, which I went to Mattoon High School, seeing them on the radio and getting to hear the behind the scenes stuff. So that drew my interest big time.
Yeah. And I think it's kind of special is we went to high school at the same time, and we didn't even ever really cross paths.
Yeah, that's right.
We didn't put that together until we were both here at Lakeland. So
small world.
Yes, it is a small world. And was Greg Powers, was he broadcasting?
He was. I do remember seeing him at a couple of games at Mattoon High School. Gaines Field, it's called, right?
Yes.
Hopefully it's still called that. I think it is. But seeing him, and actually, it's kind of funny. I seen him, and that's kind of like remember him so much. I was like familiar face. And then when I went to school, graduated high school in 2011, came to Lakeland, I had him as a teacher, and I was like, wait, that's the same guy that
I know that voice.
Yeah, so, small world.
Yes, absolutely. Well, great. It's amazing when we can look back, especially in the world of technology and, broadcast and communications, and it's everywhere in our world. And so being able to look back, pinpoint, those things that happened in our lives that got our wheels turning about the careers we wanted to choose. So, what do you hope, once you graduate, what do you hope to achieve as a whole? What do you hope to achieve as you graduate this spring? That's a pretty broad question, but what do you think?
I guess I can give a little bit of a broad answer. I think it'll be a a feeling of achievement.
Yeah.
I started the broadcast communications degree back in 2011 after I graduated high school. So fall of 2011, I started and finished the first portion of the program, which was the certificate in TV studio field production. So I finished that in 2013.
Okay.
And then just started working at Lakeland that following fall, and just never went back until the past 2 years. I've been plucking away at each semester. So just the sense of achievement I'm feeling of closing that chapter of something I started over a decade ago.
Mm-hmm.
So that's basically what
Yeah.
I look forward to achieving.
Absolutely. And so you touched on this a little bit at the beginning, and that you have faced some significant challenges. Disability, losing your parents, living in a group home during high school. How did these experiences shape your approach to school and your life?
Significantly, I think.
Yeah.
Day one, being born with a physical disability, I had no say in of, no one has a say in when they're born or what they're born with, or
Yeah.
circumstances. So challenges like that, I welcome challenges. And then you mentioned I lost both my parents before I was age 16. So having to grow up and go through life without that safety net, and I say this safety net as an endearing way of like, that's what parents are. They're supposed to be safety
absolutely.
nets. So having to navigate the world and trust other people, it's challenging, but I made it through it. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. And what would you say kept you motivated to come back to school after facing those challenges?
I just think for me, kind of being stuck in life, there was a point where I was like, I'm kind of stuck in life. I need something new. Like, things weren't going terrible, but
Yeah.
I just wanted something new.
Yeah.
And I had family members, vice presidents, friends say, hey, go back to school, finish up. And honestly, being this close, I feel a lot better about myself.
Yeah.
I know I'm not all the way done, but
Yeah.
I'm moving towards something, and
Yeah.
I like that goal, you know?
Absolutely. You are farther than you have ever been.
Yes.
And
Yes.
you can see that finish line. So that is a good feeling.
Absolutely.
So returning to school as a non-traditional student, and I relate to this because I also was a non-traditional student, it can be so intimidating stepping back into a classroom. And can you reflect on what that first day was like?
That first day, I remember, technically, I guess when I first started, wasn't in the fall of this year. It was actually the spring of 2 years ago, actually.
Okay.
2 years ago. And I was a little nervous because I was like, I'm going to be the older guy in the class, and I know these 18, 19-year-olds are going to make fun of this guy who didn't finish yet, you know, and so it was I felt a lot of judgment from my part, but honestly, it hasn't been that bad.
Yeah.
It's just the fear of unknown of like, okay, am I good at school? Am I,
Yeah.
can I do this? Because I know I struggled in school growing up. So
Yeah.
being gone for over a decade and then coming back, I'm like, this is going to be extra challenging,
Yeah.
So, but I'm making it through it, and
Yeah.
this is where I'm at.
I feel like I felt like this for myself when I went back to school, that I went back with so much more purpose. And when you find that purpose,
Yes.
it gets so much easier.
Mhm.
I felt like my feet had lifted out of the sand, and I was able to just like,
Yes.
I can do this. I am motivated, and I know I have the confidence now to do this.
Did you ever, like, when you found your groove in a semester, like that, like you took off, right? Because that's
Absolutely.
how it was for me. Like, I think by week 3 or 4, I'm like, okay, I found my groove.
Yes.
Now I can schedule and just make the semester a lot more easier.
Absolutely. For me, it was that first passing exam, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I can do this.
Yes.
And yeah, that's what gave me my groove right there. Was I was like, oh wow, okay. So I feel like your perspective and maturity is such a powerful advantage to. So what is something that you've learned about yourself since returning?
Since returning, what I learned about myself is either you do it or you don't.
Yeah.
You know, it's on me. It's not the teacher, it's not the classmates, it's not my family members. It's on me. So having the motivation, self-motivation, because, you know, as kids, we don't really have that.
Yeah.
And with the life experiences that I do have now, it's a lot more easier for me to motivate myself to get something done, a assignment or
Yeah.
whatever else needs to be done. So that's just it for me.
Absolutely. So you're wrapping up this semester. Is this your last final?
Yep.
Okay, so through finals, have you been a coffee guy or an energy drink guy?
Honestly, it's kind of crazy. I took my last gen ed final yesterday.
Okay.
And I forgot I didn't eat or have anything yesterday.
Yes.
And I got done with my final, and I felt a weight lifted, and my stomach started growling. And I was like, I'm tired, but I'm hungry at the same time. And I realized it didn't have anything. But usually I'm not a coffee drinker.
Okay,
So I'm an energy drink guy. Celsius is my go-to.
Okay.
Orange Celsius.
Nice.
But other than that, that's just basically I stay away from coffee. Coffee's not my thing. Are you a coffee drinker?
I'm a coffee drinker through and through.
And through. Yes, okay. Do you put a lot of like creamer and stuff in it?
So
okay.
I'm like a little bit of coffee, a lot of creamer type of gal. So, but that's all right. Okay, so you've got the end in sight. You're graduating this coming spring.
Yes.
And you can, at this point, that walk across that stage it's coming. And so what does that moment mean for you personally?
I'll be lying to myself if I didn't say that I haven't envisioned it already.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a big emotional guy.
Yeah.
So I think that's the biggest thing. Like, how am I going to handle my emotions and kind of plan it in my head before it even happens so I can gather myself. But I know it's going to be an amazing feeling. It's just so close, but yet so far away.
I know.
So I'm just hoping that I can keep it together.
Yeah.
You know, as I walk across the stage, those 20 seconds, I think it is. So.
Right. I wonder how Lakeland's going to keep it together with you being in, not running the show with all of the AV things. So I think that will be fun for Lakeland to figure out. But how special for you to get a reverse role?
Yes, super special. I have faith in everybody I work with.
Yes.
We have an amazing team that we work with, technology and academic side. Everyone at Lakeland is amazing. So I don't know. We'll see what happens that day. Like I said, I have faith in them, and it's going to happen.
It'll be hard for you to sit there and not be wanting to go around.
Because I'm going to be eyeing every little detail. Because, you know, we have that screen where we can see, you know, the live stream and stuff like that. So I'm going to, in my mind, I'm going to like, okay, there's a nitpick probably a little bit. But, you know, like I said, the team is great.
Absolutely. So you cross that stage. Who's the first person you're going to think about when you cross that stage?
Wow. I don't know. I think there's so many people, obviously my parents who aren't here anymore to see me, you know, get to that point, but also my auntie who was raised me and my brothers after my mom passed. She's going to be, plans to be in the field house, but honestly, all the people at Lakeland who've helped me get, you know, when I want to go back, started back to school, you know, counseling, even my supervisors and people that they said, go for it, we support you. So I'm just thankful, and I'll be thinking of everybody who's got me this far. Yeah,
absolutely. All right, so I am career services. That's what I do, and so I'm always wanting to know what's next. What's after graduation? What's the next chapter for Aaron look like?
Next chapter for me, I'm a day-by-day guy.
Yeah.
Year by year. I enjoy working here. I've worked here for the last 11 years. So I'm just hoping to continue to work here and gain experience and knowledge, even outside of the classroom. I'm still learning stuff every day about my job. So, but, you know, whatever opportunity presents itself, I know that once I get done, once I reach that stage in May, my future is kind of set up already, better than it was the past 10 years or so. So having that degree will future-proof me for different opportunities in the future. So
Absolutely.
that's the goal. Like I said, I'm a day-by-day guy, but I feel a lot better about my future.
Yeah. You're going to take the best nap.
Yeah,
ever.
yes, yes. Yep, definitely. I know that graduation days, I'm usually dead tired. You know,
Yes.
we're out here about like 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah, I go home and just get in bed.
Yep. All right. So we're going to wrap up here. But one of our listeners right now, they may be thinking about returning to school. They may be facing their own challenges. They may be a non-traditional student. What advice would you give them?
Trust yourself. If you feel like it's right, it's
Yeah.
right. You're only hard on yourself. Like no one's trying to be hard on you by going back to school. You know, you're setting yourself up for success in the future. So if it's crossed your mind even a second, look more into it
Yeah.
and do it.
Absolutely. There's so many resources here at Lakeland.
Absolutely.
You just call, and the moment you call, there's going to be people that are going to support you from that moment on to get you here and get you through. So
Absolutely.
awesome. This has been so powerful, and thank you so much for sharing your journey, being open to talk about things that I know are not the easiest thing to talk about. And so, but I think by sharing and by diving into some things that maybe you're uncomfortable, I think you're going to impact some other people who are listening. So your story truly is determination, resilience, and you can overcome even the toughest challenges that come your way. So to our listeners, it is never too late to start over, to come back, to get over some obstacles that you thought were too big. And Aaron is a testament of that. And so thank you, Aaron. And this has been Behind the DJ with Stephanie Anderson.
Thank you so much for having me.